like writing songs. I write a lot of songs, and you know, I can remember I started. I was about 15 years old. Those songs were not good, and you'll never hear those. Fortunately, I always wondered. I still remember like the cheesiest song every once in a while. Like I think it was a few shows ago. I do these Q&As before the whole show starts, and someone asked me like a couple of shows ago or something. They're like, "What's the first song you've ever written?" I'm like, "Well, you're never going to hear it because it was horrible." It's also the cheesiest song I've ever written. It's automatically it's so bad that like the thing was I was 15, and I told, or was that earlier in this Q&A actually someone asked me how I first got to go to church and how I got saved, and I was 15 years old. It was a girl in my Spanish class, and of course that's how I went, and I went and there was free pizza, so I kept going every week. Of course, I'm like, hey, pizzas, that's the outreach right there. You get them pizza, I'm like, look, the youth will come. It's like, pizza's good, put some red pepper on it, I'm just saying. And so, I had just started going to church, I was 15, and I also just got my first keyboard, and I had this book that was like, you can play piano. And I was like, okay, so I learned what a chord was. It was like, okay, G. Okay, I got that. But, actually that sound is cheesy. Anything that sounds like that? Old Richard Marx song. That like makes me want to sing Christmas music, that chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. But it's not time for that yet. It's still hot in Phoenix. It's like a problem here. It's just warm. But so I remember I was working. Get out of here, shoot fly. What's that thing going to bite me? What is that? Oh, it's just a fly. Okay, I thought like a mosquito. I don't know about this now thing. It could be over here, bird flu. I don't know.
Oh my God.
Don't go in the drink. That's just gross. You nasty little worm or fly. Sorry, I get distracted very easily. When a fly's flying around here, I'm like, it's still there. Man, it's so fast. Why did Lord make those faster than us? Lord, strike that fly down. Right now, I'll believe forever. Okay. So I can remember, you can just imagine me, a young man, just became a Christian, still kind of figuring what that's about. I got my keyboard, and you're 15, and maybe I had a crush on a girl here and there, I don't know, and I get nervous, so, I wouldn't really just approach. I mean, this thing is not, it's like, this thing is not shy. Not the shy fly. Get off my keyboard. You gross. Don't they like throw up on stuff? Isn't that like what I heard? All right, anyway, I'm gonna do this thing. We're gonna get through this together. So, if anyone wondered, does he have the ADD thing? You definitely know now. Yes, he does. It's like that fly was just bothering me. So, literally, you can imagine me, 15 years old, I get my first keyboard, I learned what a chord was, and the first song I ever learned, and I heard this song at church when I went, and this is one of my favorites, was the old, see if you remember this worship song, it's like this, you are my strength when I am weak, you are the treasure that I seek, you are my all. Seeking you as a precious jewel, Lord, to give up, I'd be a fool. You are my all in all. So you remember that song? I heard that song. I said, I gotta learn that. First song I ever learned on piano. Now, you also gotta understand with me, I like R&B music. I grew up listening to it. One of my favorite bands all time, Boyz II Men. Okay, I did not know that. I was not aware of the Boyz II Men fan club that was here with me. Thank you. Ow! It was weird as a guy at a young age being the Boyz II Men fan club, and they mail you a teddy bear, and I'm like, this is weird. Maybe I shouldn't have these posters on my wall. That's actually serious. I had their posters, so I wondered I should maybe take these down. And I can remember then this one song came out. This isn't my favorite Boyz II Men song, but one of my favorites. But if you remember, so like I learned Your Mile and All, and then I learned this one. It was like, Mama, Mama, you know I love you. I don't remember the next chord because it was so long ago. I just remember the verse was like, and you had like the bass guys like, I can't sing that low because I'm not a bass, but you know, so I learned all these Boyz II Men songs and worship songs, and then so I was like, okay, I'm ready to write a song. Let's take this thing to the next level. But all the songs I learned were pretty simple, so it was like just this like, you know, it's like, hey, you can sing every Taylor Swift song with this thing, you know? It's like, just simple, easy, and I don't blame her. This is easy. I should make my job easier. So I'm thinking I'm gonna write a song. So I was like, what should I write a song about? Well, I just started going to church, so it should be a Christian song. But that girl is so cute, I just wonder maybe I can incorporate that. I got it. I'll write the cheesiest song ever. Now, at this point, I was not thinking this was cheesy. I thought it was awesome. So I said, I'm going to write a prayer to God about that hot girl. And what's funny, I don't know why I started telling you, but I'm going to sing part of it. And I've never sung part of this at any show. And I won't even be able to remember it, but just because I just want you to know I can laugh at myself, because it makes me cringe. It's how bad and cheesy the song is. But like, let me see, I just gotta sort of remember for a second here. I just remember it was in the same key as like the Boyz II Men song. Oh man, it's so bad, I don't know if I can do it. I mean, let's listen to this opening line. This is, and I sang this for the youth group, by the way. That's, they were like, what is wrong with this dude? So it was like, it's just gonna be difficult. No, don't laugh. Think about the fly. I hate that fly. Okay, now I'm serious again. Second. Oh man. All right. It won't sound good because I'm laughing while I sing it, but it's fine. Jesus, what am I to do now? I met the most beautiful girl that beauty will allow. Of course. And I don't remember the next part, but I just remember the chorus was something like the prayer, like, do I let her in where she does belong? Or do I say farewell to a love you showed me wrong? Am I looking for love in the wrong place? But every time I see her smile, I see her face. So what am I to do? It was called What Am I to Do? It's not on iTunes, don't ever look for it. That's the first song I ever wrote. Oh man, that's a horrible song. But you know, it's funny though, because it is cheesy, but if you think about it, I mean, it's not cheesy in the sense of it, you know, you pray to God about, you know, someone, if you're interested in someone, and there's nothing wrong with that. And so, you know, I started thinking when I was writing this new record, it's funny you have these, I get in these writing sessions and I'll write with, you know, people who are, you know, who I love writing with, different writers that are great, or sometimes I'll write songs by myself, and sometimes I'll write songs for other artists too, like I'll get with them, and it's just interesting. Sometimes I would hear like other artists or songwriters, you know, when we're writing, they say, well, you know, I don't want to say Jesus in the song because that's kind of cheesy, you know, and like what I want to do is I want to be kind of vague because I want it to be able to get played on Christian radio and mainstream radio. And I'm thinking, what? Vague, what's the point of what we do? Like, this is Christian music. Like, what's the point? You know, and because I'm pretty sure the Bible talks about being lukewarm, and I'm not interested. And so when writing this album, I said, you know what, I'm just going to make this thing blatantly Christian, you know, and because I want people to know what's up. And so especially that was what, I say especially, see, oh man. So that's what really inspired this song right here. And so this is one of my favorite lyrics that we've written, that I, you know, put on this new record. And so this one's called Unashamed of You. Really good at dancing around the point. What's the point of dancing just so people like me? I've wasted chances to stand up and make some noise. Why do I let these moments pass me by? Oh, 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 oh. Everybody, I'll to know. I will sing about your love. I will shout it to the sky. I will tell her what you've done. When the people ask me why I live my life this way, I'll say that I am unashamed of you. I feel like a preacher, I've got something to say. I'm treating right now like it's now or never. I could talk about the weather, could talk about nothing all day. I'd rather talk about what lasts forever. Oh, oh, oh. Everybody ought to know. I will sing about your love. I will shout it to the sky. I will tell her what you've done. When the people ask me why I live my life this way, I'll say that I am unashamed of the gospel, the cross, the good news for the lost, the blood that's spilled down Calvary's hill, for what your grace did and what your grace does. Oh, I am unashamed of your name, Jesus. Yeah, I will sing about your love. I will shout it to the sky. I will tell her what you've done. And when the people ask me why